Hi, I'm Lisa Anderson, President of LMA Consulting Group and host of Supply Chain Chats. I'm thrilled to be here with my inaugural session to talk about the impacts around the global supply chain and what we can do about it, right from the Russia-Ukraine war to baby formula. So let's start with the Russia-Ukraine war. We all feel the implications just by going to the gas pump. However, they are much more widespread than that because oil is used in the production of many products, ranging from products like baby diapers to the production of fertilizer. So we're going to have to be cognizant and thinking about what inflationary pressures are going to happen and how we may need to secure supply, which leads us to another supply chain impact from the Russia-Ukraine war, and that is commodities and precious metals. So I have a client that purchases nickel from the region, and they reacted early because they're innovative, and they looked at how do I secure supply so that I can make sure that I can keep production going, and how do I make sure I secure my price early on so that they can ensure that they were able to meet their growing customer requirements. And so they did that early on. Are your customers looking at this right away, quickly pivoting on these changing conditions? Well, if not, they should be. And then also there is the food supply. So Russia and Ukraine grow a lot of the wheat, corn, and other items that are needed throughout the world. So it's going to lead to significant shortages of food and certainly inflationary pressures, which we're already seeing. So it's going to be quite the challenge. And one of those items that relates to is fertilizer. So that's further complicating the situation because we certainly need fertilizer to grow food in the US, which thank goodness we have the ability to grow plenty of food here. However, it's not something you snap your fingers and just expand and change at a moment's notice. So that's the Russia-Ukraine war. It's certainly affecting throughout the world. From a baby formula point of view, there was supply chain challenges that were starting to affect that industry as early as January because they had more than 20% out of stock that early on. But really, it was more labor shortages, which we've certainly been talking about them a lot throughout our podcasts and webinars and those types of things. So there was labor shortages and maybe some packaging shortages. But really what aggravated the issue is that the FDA shut down the main plant that produces baby formula for the US. So more than 40% of all the baby formula is produced in this Abbott plant. And they shut it down for a recall because they wanted to look into it further. It has not been traced directly, but it has been shut down for almost 3 months. So those of us in those circles know that that's going to have a significant impact, which it has now started to have because the shelves are empty. 40 to 50% of the shelves are empty across the US, which is creating complete havoc. Now, we are in a global supply chain. And so what's happening now is that we are flying in baby formula from other facilities of Abbott. They have a facility in Ireland. And then also from other manufacturers throughout the world, like Nestle and Gerber. So it'll be interesting to see how this all goes. Hopefully, we can find enough product to support our babies, certainly. And the FDA has put an all-out press now on the plant to get it approved to come back online in the next couple of weeks. But if you think about it, it's been down for 3 months and it's going to take time to get started back up. So it is not an issue where you snap your fingers and you can suddenly resolve the issue. Similar to you cannot snap your fingers and suddenly have acres and acres and acres of new food production happening. So there'll be widespread impacts, and stay tuned with us on our next edition of Supply Chain Chats, and we'll discuss other relevant topics and give you some suggestions for how to handle them and be successful in the coming months.